Hey guys, Sandy McDougall here. This is a little ditty for Canadians and all the stupid people that voted the Liberals back in. This is what Trudeau's been doing. Nothing. And now you put Carney. So you change the head on the snake, but the snake's still there. And it is a very sad thing, and I can understand the tariffs because this is part of the problem. And it's been a problem, and a lot of my friends and people I know and have met, same thing. Borders like a sieve, and no one's done anything about it. Yet they want to take the guns away from taxpayers, but they can't stop the 14 to 17-year-olds from having automatic weapons because they're coming across the border. Now we're trying to plan things to make the tariffs go away or how to counteract the tariffs. How about fix the problem, which is our ports, Montreal and Vancouver, and our border. We need more border security. We need a better military, and stop fighting and just fix it. My God, it's horrible. And listen to this one.
November 2024, I was actually still on maternity leave, but I got these statistics, and so I published in True North. Let me just read what I wrote back in November. I write that 5 times more terrorists are coming from Canada. Canada is legitimately more of a threat to the United States national security than Mexico. According to data from U.S.
Can you hear this?
Border Protection, since 2022, 1,155 individuals on terror watch list were caught trying to enter the United States through its
There we go.
border,
Liberal
compared to just
government, eh?
199 from the south. Yes, you read that correctly. 5 times as many terrorists entered the United States through Canada than through Mexico since 2022. And what were those 1,155 terrorists doing in Canada in the first place? How did they get here? And how many more remain? And I asked the question of Trudeau. I said this is one of the things that he must answer for with his colossal failure of national security and immigration. And then, Sam, just this week, we heard another story of an ISIS man in Canada. This is a man pleads guilty after raising funds for ISIS under the guise of Gaza donations. A Toronto man has pleaded guilty to terrorism charges.
My
after,
God.
again, just pretending to raise money for aid victims in Gaza, but actually funneling the money to ISIS. Like, how on earth is this happening in Canada still, right? We were just talking about the Danforth shooter, and at that time, there were a lot of concerns of ISIS fighters fleeing Syria, like people who had gone over to fight over there and then just kind of snuck back into Canada and try to pretend that nothing ever happened. And the Canadian authorities were aware of these individuals, but
Imagine that.
just allowed them
Let them
to,
back in.
like, return back to their previous lives without any punishment. And it seems like it's still
Liberals.
happening. It's unbelievable. What do you make of all this?
Yeah, you're exactly right. For the Bureau, I've been reporting for 2 years now. Partly, one of my big files was there was a major compromise of passports in Hong Kong in the 1990s. What was revealed,
it's been going on
according
since
to
the 90s.
whistleblower Brian McAdam, was that Chinese organized crime and intelligence had penetrated Canada's High Commission. There were concerns that Canadian officials corrupted.
Let's fix the things where the problems are. And this is a big one.
Serious, people
China's getting stronger. We need to stop it. We need to stop all this.
This has been going on for decades. Mr. McAdam's warnings were ignored. It all leads to.
Why does this happen?
To Kash Patel's comments, I've reported that this convergence of Chinese organized crime,
I hate to say Kash Patel,
which is very close and sponsored